The people from Malaysia, you have question, we'll send you the microphone so you can talk through the microphone. Talk close to the microphone and turn on the microphone.
Ajahn, we have some questions on noting. We have been reading a lot of books on mindfulness taught by various teachers, Thich Nhat Hanh, Sri Umin Sayadaw, and some Western teachers, Thai teachers. So each has their own way of teaching. And then we also read some suttas. The Buddha said the Dhamma is for those who are very specific. So I'm just wondering, what is the correct way of noting? Because some methods, they teach you, you note and let go. Then some Ajahn, they said, you just don't note briefly. You have to look deeper. You have to analyze. So sometimes we also get confused. What is the real correct way of noting and truly being mindful? And then in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the Buddha also mentioned, if you know that the mind has last, you know it's last. And then some said you have to analyze, but sometimes when we analyze, papancha also arise. So what is the correct way of noting?
It depends on what stage of practice you are in. If you're at the beginning stage, you just want to note, you just want to observe. You want to stop your mind from thinking, analyzing. You want to stop your sankhara, because your sankhara will not make your mind be still or be peaceful. So the first step, you want to stop your sankhara, your thought. So you have to concentrate your mind on one particular object. In Thailand, we teach using the mantra Bhutto Bhutto. If you can keep reciting Bhutto Bhutto, then you can stop thinking about other things. This is one way of developing mindfulness, the ability to stop thinking. Once you have mindfulness, you can stop. You don't need to recite. Once you can tell your mind to stop thinking, then you don't need to recite. But if your mind still thinks and you cannot stop it, then you need to have something to stop it. And one way is to use the mantra. Just keep reciting Bhutto Bhutto from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Try to stop your thinking first and try to sit as much as possible. Because if you're moving around, your mind has to move along with your body. If you want your mind to be still, to have samadhi, you have to sit still. So besides from developing mindfulness while you are moving around, you also have to sit down and then concentrate on your mantra. Or you can change and use your breath instead if you like. If you're tired of reciting Bhutto Bhutto, when you sit you can concentrate on your breathing. Just keep watching. Do not think, do not analyze your breath. Just watch, knowing whether it is short or long, coarse or subtle. And even if there's no breath, just make note of it. Don't get excited or don't become afraid when you cannot feel your breath. It just means that your breath is so subtle that you cannot feel it, that's all. Some people thought if there's no breath, they might die. So they start grasping for breath. Then this will then stir up the mind, because the mind is about to be still. And then because of your fear, you stir up the mind. So you will never get into samadhi. But if you just observe the breath as it is, don't try to have any reaction to whatever the breath is. Just watch. Then your mind will then eventually become still and become samadhi. So this is the first stage of practice. You want to develop that mindfulness so that you can still your mind, so that you can have samadhi. Because when you have samadhi, you will be happy. A calm mind brings great happiness. And when you have this happiness of mind, then the next step you can use this happy mind to investigate the truth, which we call the developing of panya, or wisdom. Then you have to investigate the nature of the body, for instance, to see exactly what the body really is. It is permanent, or is it not permanent? Is it dukkha, or is it not dukkha? Is it anatta, or is it atta? You can investigate and find the truth. If you look at impermanent, you say, yes, it must be impermanent, because the body is constantly changing, from birth to aging to sickness and death. This is anicca. And is it anatta or atta? Is it yourself, or is it's just a body? When you look at the development of the body and the dissolution of the body, you'll find that it's just the working of the four elements: the fire, the earth, the water, and the wind element. They combine to form the 32 parts of the body. And after the body dies, these four elements will then separate from the body. Then everything will return to wind, to fire, to water, and to earth. Then you can see that the body is anatta. There is no self in the body. You have to keep investigating until you see clearly and truly, and then be able to let go of the body. Then if you can let go of the body, if you can treat the body as something apart from yourself, that it doesn't belong to you and it is not you, then when whatever happens to the body, it will not cause you any suffering. So that's the purpose of investigation, what we call the development of wisdom or insight, vipassana. This is the second stage of practice. The first stage is to calm your mind, so that your mind can be happy and be neutral, has no bias toward things. Right now, if your mind is not calm, your mind is biased. You will like the thing that you like, and you will hate the thing that you dislike. But if you have a neutral mind, then you will have no like or dislike toward the things that you investigate. Then you can see things as they are, as opposed to seeing them as what you want them to be. So when you see things as impermanent, as anicca, as dukkha, as anatta, then you can let go of your attachment to them. When you let go of your attachment, when they have to part from you, then you will not feel any sadness, because you have no attachment to them. You don't have any desire for them to remain with you forever. You're ready to let them go when the time comes. This applies to everything else besides the body. It applies to Vedana, it applies to the mental state of mind that you have, and it also applies to everything external of your body, such as your wealth, your friends, your family, your husband, your wife, your children, anything that you have. They all fall into the same category. They are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. But you tend to see them in the opposite. You tend to see them as nitya, sukha, and atta. That's what causes you to be unhappy when they have to leave you. But if you see them all the time as anicca, dukkha, anatta, then when they leave you, you won't feel any sadness. That's the goal of practice, is to get rid of all the sadness and the bad feelings when we have to lose something we love.
Thank you so much, Ajahn. Can I ask another question?
Sure.
Why is the mind so afraid of... Why does the mind want stimulation all the time? So afraid of being empty. The mind is always seeking for something.
The Buddha says delusion, avijja. Avijja will cause the mind to constantly use sankhara to look for things to make it happy. It doesn't know that real happiness is inside itself. So it keeps searching for something outside of it, out of the mind, which all ends up in dukkha. Because whatever you find, you will lose it one day. Because the mind doesn't know that true happiness lies within itself. It happens when you can stop sankhara from working, when you can stop thinking. That's why we want to develop mindfulness, to stop sankhara. When you stop sankhara, then the mind becomes still and then it becomes happy. Then it stops looking for things, searching for things.
Do you have any questions? If you don't have, can I continue to...
Sure, go on. It's your opportunity.
Bhante, we have been practicing the Mahasi method for many years, and we are taught to watch sabhava, all the sabhava dhamma. So sometimes, we watch and watch and watch, the vibration of the rising and falling. Sometimes, like, because I haven't had a teacher for a long time, sometimes we watch so much, just the vibration, and we really don't know where is it leading to.
Because you're watching at the wrong object. See? You should only watch at the object that cause you suffering. Because if the object doesn't cause you any suffering, it doesn't affect you. There's no need to watch it. You should watch the thing that will cause you suffering. Like watch your husband, watch your wife, watch your children, watch your money. Because when you lose them, they cause you suffering, see. So you have to watch them. But you have to watch in a way that it will not make you suffer. You have to watch them as they come and go, they rise and cease, as impermanent, as something that you cannot cling to. This is the way to watch. You don't look at feeling that rise and cease that doesn't cause you any suffering. It's a waste of time. You only want to watch the things that cause you is problem to you, that cause you unhappiness, cause you restlessness and agitation. And they are your wealth, the things that you love. These are the things that makes you always worrying, anxious, and afraid. So you have to watch to really understand their nature. That no matter how much you love and how much you try to protect them, you will never be able to keep them with you forever. One day you're gonna have to lose them. So this is the way to watch. Watch the things that you love and try to train your mind to let go, because you cannot keep them forever.
And then, Bhante, like the 16 Vipassana insights, when we practice, we have some what do you call that? When we read the insight knowledges, when we practice in intensive practice, we have some of them arising. But does that really lead to Maggaphala?
I don't even know what you're talking about. 16
Vipassana,
what are they?
Dhamma Rupa Paricheta Yan and all this, and then it's
you don't have to know anything like that. You just watch your mind. You only watch one thing. Watch whether your mind is happy or not happy. If it's not happy, find out the cause of that unhappiness and get rid of that unhappiness. If you're not happy with your husband, figure out why. Ask why are you unhappy with your husband. You will find that because you want him to do something for you and he doesn't do it for you. So you're not happy. So what you do, if you want to be happy, just don't ask him to do anything for you. Let him be, then you will not be unhappy, whether he do anything for you or not. See, that's all you have to know. Don't go through all this theoretical thing that you read. They might be explaining the the details of how these things work. But in real time, in real life, you don't need to know them. All you need to know them is how you feel, whether you're happy or not happy. If you're not happy, try to find the cause of your unhappiness. And they are caused by your defilements, your kilesa, or your cravings. And if you can find the cause of this unhappiness, then just get rid of it. Once you get rid of it, then there won't be any sadness or unhappiness.
Thank you so much, Ajahn. Really appreciate it.
Okay. Any more? No more? Because we're going to switch to the Thai. วันนี้เจี๊ยบมีคำถามหรือเปล่าไม่มีนะไม่มีก็ให้ทาง Facebook ข้างหลัง If you want to go home, you can do it because we will be talking Thai. But if you want to listen to more, you can. It's up to you. Okay. All right. And YouTube, we have Dhamma talk in English on YouTube. Okay. Okay. All right.
Every time, even we read your quotation, our mind calms down.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
Because we just hit the right spot.
Right. Okay.
Our kilesas. Some source of inspiration. Yes.
Okay. Pretty soon, in a couple of months, we are about to print a new book in English. Against the defilements. In Thai, it's called Tuan Kase. It's this book in Thai, the second book. Yeah. Yeah, it's already translated. It's the process of printing. Okay. And once we have it posted, once we have it printed, we will also post it on the Facebook, so you can download and read it. Before you can get the print version, you can download the digital version first. Okay. Okay.
Can we ask you questions online?
Yeah, just send in the Facebook or go into my web page, suchart.com. There's a place where you can leave the message, and then the person will collect all the question, and then maybe once a month will then come and ask me, and will be recorded and put on YouTube and posted on the Facebook page. Okay. I hope you progress in your practice. Okay. All right. Just keep up the practice, and you will not be disappointed. Okay. All right. Go ahead.